Star Wars is dead. No one cares anymore. These are phrases that have ran rampant on the internet the last few weeks, especially in light of the retirement of Kathleen Kennedy and ascension of Filoni to the Lucasfilm throne. But is that actually true? Most people claiming this seem to have forgotten their history. For example, one argument I see a lot is that the merchandise isn't selling. The toys are in clearance sections. And while there may be some kernels of truth to that, does that really mean Star Wars is dead? Because people saying that might be forgetting this isn't the first time. In the 1980s, after Return of the Jedi had released and the hype began to die down, Star Wars was left in the dust as the public moved on. To quote Howard Rothman, the president of Lucas Licensing from 1986 onwards,
by 1986, you couldn't give the toys away.
No one wanted Star Wars. Everybody had moved on. Nobody cared. But funny enough, when Howard Rothman went to tell George Lucas that Star Wars was dead, Lucas said, no, it's just sleeping.
George, I hate to tell you this, but Star Wars is dead. And he looked at me and narrowed his eyes. And he said, no, it's not dead. It's just taking a rest.
And sure enough, years later, the franchise returned alive and well. But in the years after The Phantom Menace released, before Episode 2, guess what? It was the same thing. Phantom Menace toys were marked down in bargain bins.
A few months after the movie was released, both of my local Toys R Us's started to create the bins. A lot of toy collectors know what the bins are. Discount bins are essentially the hall of shame for toys, and those discount bins were chock full of Phantom Menace product.
Nobody wanted them, and yet, in 2015, it was easy to see Star Wars was alive and well. So if toy sales indicate the franchise's well-being, well, this certainly isn't the first time Star Wars has quote-unquote died. Learn your history. Yet another example is the online reaction to the upcoming Star Wars projects like The Mandalorian and Grogu, or Starfighter. You'll find people approaching these projects with apathy and indifference, leading to grifters online to claim things like Star Wars is nothing compared to what it once was. Yet, a simple look back in time will reveal similar things being said about Lucasfilm's next big project after the prequel trilogy, The Clone Wars, with some critics calling the film a pale imitation of George Lucas's once great opera. And yet now The Clone Wars is beloved. Perhaps even funnier is the reaction online to Kathleen Kennedy's departure from Lucasfilm. Almost universally celebrated, people think Star Wars has never been this low, yet history shows the opposite. While modern-day grifters like to pretend people like Kathleen Kennedy, Leslie Headland, and Dave Filoni have ruined Star Wars or drove it into the ground beyond saving, 13 years ago the narrative was the exact same, but about a completely different person. It was franchise creator George Lucas who had supposedly driven Star Wars into the ground and bastardized his own franchise with blasphemous updates to the original movies and 3 films called disgraces to cinema. While some now praise Tony Gilroy as someone who actually respects the source material, 10 years ago the narrative was that J.J. Abrams was someone who actually respected the source material of the original trilogy, while the franchise's own creator had taken a steaming dump on it. My, how that narrative has aged. Remember that little white slavers comment George Lucas accidentally made a few years back? While nowadays that's sympathized with, 10 years ago everyone was rolling their eyes, just waiting for George to go away. Nobody wanted to hear what he had to say. 10 years ago, the forums weren't filled with posts criticizing The Acolyte or Ahsoka, but instead full of fan vitriol towards films now called modern-day masterpieces, aka the prequel trilogy. It's so easy to hear something like this ruined Star Wars, or that ruined Star Wars. But the truth is, it was this that killed Star Wars. Oh, wait, my bad. This is what killed Star Wars. Oh, shoot, how could I forget? It was this that killed Star Wars. Or was it this that killed Star Wars? Or that? Oh, no, it was this that killed Star Wars. Absolutely. Oh, wait, apologies. It was actually this that killed Star Wars. Oh, no, shoot, it was this. This is what killed Star Wars. Oh, wait, I got it wrong. It was actually this. Wait, scratch that. It was this. No, take it back. This is what killed Star Wars. No, shoot, what am I thinking? It was actually this. No, never mind. This This is what truly killed Star Wars. November 17th, 1978. This is the day Star Wars died, less than 2 years after it was born. I'm sure I'm missing a few things, but you get the point. It's all cyclical. 15 years ago, it was George Lucas who killed Star Wars with the prequels, but later on, Disney had saved it. 5 years ago, the narrative was Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams had killed the Star Wars, but later, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni saved it. And now supposedly it's dead again and murdered by Kathleen Kennedy for the 15th time, Leslie Headland, Dave Filoni, and anyone else the grifters want to blame. So give it 10 years and I'm sure we'll be sitting here talking about how much better things were under Kathleen Kennedy compared to Dave Filoni or whoever else is in charge by then. We'll be writing video essays about how Rey is a masterclass in writing compared to Ryan Gosling's character or whoever else is the face of Star Wars by then. Because Star Wars died last year for the 15th time, and it's only a matter of time until it dies again. So tune out the online noise and carry on with your day. If you didn't like the new Star Wars, that's okay. Just move on to the next franchise and see if you like that instead, and don't be a turd to the people that did like it. And if you like the new Star Wars, great. Don't call the guy that didn't like it a racist, because chances are he's human just like you with opinions of his own and simply just didn't like the movie. Let's just learn to be friends with healthy disagreements, because at the end of the day, Star Wars is like Schrodinger's cat. It's simultaneously alive and dead. The answer just depends on your personal preference. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. If you liked the video, comment down below and hit that like button. Oh, and check out some of my other videos. I'm sure you'll find them delight.